North Korea is one of the most disenfranchised countries in the entire world, mainly caused by its fascistic, selfish, sociopathic government that cares about nothing more than self-preservation of their image. North Korea is a hellhole that you can't leave, yet unfortunately over 25 million individuals who are just like you and I live there. The government of North Korea is seemingly obsessed with maintaining this false image of heroism and wealth, to the point where they'd neglect their people's ability to get basic resources like food and water just so they can put all of their resources into seeming like a perfectly functioning country without being one. On top of this, any resources or finances they do have as a country, they waste on gigantic showcases of military manpower and military parades. North Korea is truly a nightmare of a country, and every single morning I wake up in the USA, I feel immensely grateful that I was not born in North Korea. I'm Matthew Holman, and today we're going to be taking a look at 5 super creepy facts about North Korea that will definitely shock you. As always, my beauties, consider subscribing and giving me a like so this video can be seen by as many people as humanly possible. Knowledge is power. Number 5. Meth is an extremely common resource in North Korea. Methamphetamine in the United States is a Schedule II substance that carries a heavy prison sentence if you're caught with enough of it. It's one of the least desirable substances in the nation, and counties all over the United States suffer under the weight of the consequences carried by meth. However, in North Korea, this really isn't the case. Methamphetamine is extremely popular in North Korea, and is regularly ingested from children to elders. Now, one reason this drug is so popular is probably because most people in North Korea are forced every day to carry out a rigorous routine that usually involves a lot of hideous labor, so meth is kind of seen as like a everyday kind of pick-me-up, like a cup of coffee. But the creepy part is, most people who use meth in North Korea have zero idea of how just absolutely destructive the drug is, because there's no fact-checking in North Korea. They don't have any way to get information. Millions of people across North Korea can casually be seen smoking, snorting, and eating methamphetamine as if it's nothing. I mean, even during the Lunar New Year, the most popular present in North Korea was meth. Number 4. Kim Jong-un brutally murdered his uncle. Kim Jong-un is a terrible man raised by terrible people in a terrible country. He's a selfish egomaniac who seemingly hogs all of North Korea's food resources to himself and that stomach. Jokes aside, this guy is extremely evil. If you need proof, a few years ago, Kim Jong-un rounded up his own uncle and his uncle's friends and murdered all of them brutally because of a very petty disagreement. That's how insecure he is. His uncle's colleagues were tied up and eaten by rabid dogs, and the blood that was collected from his uncle's friends was then poured on his own uncle's face. His uncle passed out, and then his uncle was then later sent to a firing squad where he was brutally executed. Imagine being so pathetic and insecure that you have to murder your own family members just because of a mild disagreement. Number 3. Creepy brainwashing propaganda. North Korea is especially infamous for its awful propaganda that always props up the leaders of North Korea as some kind of godlike figures. And unfortunately, a whole bunch of misinformation is regularly believed and ingested by North Koreans because, like I said, there's no way to fact-check anything. Some of the lies include stating that Kim Jong-il single-handedly invented the hamburger, that the internet is only banned to protect the reputation of the West. I swear to God, Kim Jong-un literally expects people to believe he does not fart, poop, or pee or use the bathroom in any capacity. That is how morbidly insecure Kim Jong-un is. Some more lies include stating that Kim Jong-il is the best golf player in the world, that Kim Jong-un regularly scales mountains on foot, even though I'd have a hard time believing he could make it to the bathroom without losing his breath. Overall, the propaganda in this country is absolutely unbelievable. Number 2, Otto Warmbier. Probably one of the saddest stories to come out of North Korea. Otto Warmbier was a 22-year-old university student and aspiring journalist who took an educational school trip to North Korea in 2016. Allegedly, in one of the major North Korean hotels, all this guy did was steal a propaganda poster for keepsake. All was fine until the day Otto tried to go to the airport to go back to the States, and he was actually arrested at the airport and sentenced to 15 years of hard imprisonment and labor just for that one little act of stealing that poster. Unfortunately, because of how dirty and awful it is in North Korea, while he was being held in captivity, Mr. Warmbier came down with a severe case of botulism, which put him in a serious coma, and he later died and was flown back to the States to be buried. America will never forget the blood that's on Kim Jong-un's hands. Number 1. 60% of the population of North Korea lives under the poverty line. It's no secret that North Korea is an extremely poverty-stricken country, without even the bare minimum in terms of resources. But did you know that over 60% of the population of North Korea lives in just desolate, utter squalor? That's over 15 million people. And it's not like the people slightly above the poverty line are doing much better. That just means they have basic access to things like sewage and food. For comparison, a one-bedroom, one-bathroom apartment in the United States of America would be like a mansion in North Korea. Anyway, I hope you all learned something from this. Unless you're a North Korean official, which that's not hard to believe if you are a North Korean official watching this, I hope you're embarrassed by this video. That's all, and see ya.